Hi there, welcome to Yes Yoga and Stories. And this is part three of the dosa making process. So now my batter is nice and frothy and it's risen. And to be honest, last 2 days also I had dosas, but I had no time to make a video. And I tried to make a video, and because I make it with my laptop, it was a bit tricky. And so I thought maybe this is the best position to keep the laptop and get the dosa done. So now the batter looks like this. You can see it. It's very nice and pouring consistency. It's not too, you should see that it's not very liquidy, that it remains nice and pouring consistency. So just like as I showed, like this. And now I'm going to warm up my griddle. Now, as you see, I'm using a proper iron griddle, no non-stick ware, no Teflon or any of these things. This is like the best way to make your dosa. So I have put a very little bit of butter and I spread it all around. And now I'm going to put like 2 ladles full of batter and spread it all around. Actually, not even two. It's just one and a half. And all you need is patience, patience, patience. The heat is very low. I like to do it on very low heat. It takes a little bit of time, but you will see now how the color changes. This is the dough color, which is like brownish reddish with spots because of the ragi or natsini or finger millet. If you remember, the batter was made out of main ingredient was finger millet, so that's why the color is like that. And that's why it's quite heavy. So generally, if you're like medium hungry or one dosa should be more than enough for one person. It's quite filling because of the millet. And yeah, I also in the meantime made some vegetables. So as the dosa is getting done, I can show you my vegetables. This is like courgettes and ashgourd. So ashgourd is something like snake gourd, but again from India. So I just mixed some courgettes and ashgourd. I chopped them into pieces and then sauteed them in ghee and added some herbs. So what I added is coriander, cumin, which is jeera. Jeera is very, very good. It's very tridoshik. That means it gets all your three doshas, your vata, pitta, kapha, dosha in balance. So jeera is something that you should really have all the time. It's a great spice and I really love it. So I added all this, a little bit of turmeric, and I also use a lot of mustard seeds, but I don't use it the traditional way, like you do the tadka, what you call tadka, which is like as soon as you put the ghee and the ghee, you add mustard seeds and they start to splutter, and I rather put it in the mortar because I sometimes get quite irritated when they all splutter around, so I have to maybe cover it or something. So that's why I also put in a mortar and with a pestle just ground lightly and then saute it. And I also added cinnamon, a little bit of cardamom, a little bit of mace, um, and a little bit of kalonji, which is your file. I think it's called Nigella seeds. So it's very very healthy, and those as well. I roasted them and made like ground them in my mortar, and I also added a bit of. So after sauteing all the spices, I added some ginger and then all the vegetables, and then I sauteed them for a while. And at the end, I added a very little bit of um, chickpea powder, which is called besan in India. So they're the brown chickpea, not the garbanzo or the Spanish chickpeas, but they're the Indian version, which are like smaller and quite a bit wild. I mean, the natural smaller version. Okay, so now you can see that the dosa is changing color. So again, I'll add a little bit of butter on the sides, like you can see here. I have so little bit of butter, and then I'll add it all over the dosa. And this side is still not so well made, so let me just add a little bit more butter. As I told you, millet is always a good idea. You should always eat all millets. Millets are all grasses. So even quinoa, amaranth, they're all grasses. So because of the bitter enzymes in most of the millets, it's not so good for the thyroid. So to take care of your thyroid, it's best if you add a lot of fat. So millet should be eaten with enough fat, so butter or ghee or any vegetable cold pressed, good quality organic oil, and also something sour. So obviously in the green chutney that I will go with it, I have added enough amount of lime, so that makes it sour, or you can have tamarind. Traditionally, people in South India also make a chutney out of tamarind and what you call tamarind and coconut, or just tamarind and peanuts. That's also another variation. So now it's like getting done. You can see how beautifully the color has changed. So because the griddle is going to remain quite warm, I can just switch off the gas and leave it here for a few seconds till it's done, and then it's ready to be served. So I have my plate here. You see, I've prepared my plate. So here there are some carrots, the vegetable that I just showed you, and here the chutney that I just made, which is in the other video called the Tridoshi green chutney for dosa, to go with dosa. So it's a coriander mint chutney. And here in a second or two, my dosa is going to be ready. And then it's ready to be eaten. So let me just turn so that you can see how it looks on the other side. Yes, it's got nice and holes. It looks really quite a bit like injera. So if you've been to an Ethiopian place, or you know what I talk, so it's called injera. So there's my plate. I really enjoy eating this with my fingers, and that's what I'll do. It's nice and warm now, and I'll be having my dinner. And yes, so stay healthy, happy, and see you soon. And if you like these videos, you can like them or share them and subscribe them. See you again. Bye bye.